Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're seeing some crazy controversy when it comes to this Wukong game, which I'm actually low-key a little bit excited about. Now, with the fact that we're seeing that the press reviews had a very deep stipulation on what they're allowed to talk about and not talk about. And as well, I'm sure many of you guys have seen, there's been a pretty big outgoing issue where someone gave the game a horrible review due to the fact of that there wasn't any women in the game and inclusivity involved in a game about a monkey. So we have some crazy stuff to go talk about over here, so keep an open mind. I'll try not to be too on either side on this one, but I'm going to throw in a few hot takes, so if you guys don't hate me by the end of this video. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you don't hate me, and if you guys are just casually watching, I love you. Make sure you guys check out the Target links down below for our summer holiday sales going on, so click on those links if you guys are interested. And of course, we have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We're actually playing Spider-Man, doing some comfy streams on Twitch. You guys are bored and want to say hi throughout the weekend, and let's dive on into it. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the big story, then it gets even bigger, and then my hot take, where if you guys have missed this, I've been going viral the past few days. So Wukong is a game I really want to play. It looks good, looks clean, kind of Dark Soulsy-esque adventure-y, and there could be some issues with it, sure, because some people are saying it might be a little bit repetitive over time, more of like a boss rush-y type game. So think like an Elden Ring or a Dark Souls, Bloodborne, you have like a little adventure spot, some spin-offs, some different routes, and then you usually go fight bosses, how it usually typically is. Apparently this is like a little bit more straight to the point, and you have to go more boss to boss to boss, which some people may like, some people may not. And that's when we see reviews what I'm more intrigued on, because I'd want to see and how that would dissipate towards different types of games I'm playing and my style and my free time and all of that. You know how it is. But basically, there's been a big drama going on where someone came out saying that the game itself with Black Myth Wukong is lacking in inclusivity and diversity. Now, let me go and kind of state this pretty clear because I think I can. I'm someone, I don't mind if things are a little bit more inclusive. Like, say you want to go have Black Spider-Man, bro, I am down with Black Spider-Man. You want to have a deaf girl in like Spider-Man 2 to go and make sure if it's a part of the character, part of the story, I do not mind. You have a woman character, they're gay, I don't care, dude. I really do not care. But the issue is where I start caring is if it's too like forced into a story. And this is not, I think, like a hot take or like a bigot take or something, because you could ask someone who's like, you know, a lesbian, gay, whatever, black, white. If it's natural, no one cares. If it's part of the story, but it flows well, it's good, it's nice, like it fits, it makes sense. Or it's not like shoved down your throat for whatever reason, because I would say the same exact thing for a normal relationship, you know, when it comes to like the guy and girl. Hopefully no one says normal, just trying to make it easy. You guys do know what I mean. But when it comes to this, it's like that is just part of some story sometimes. That's okay. But if it's too forced, let me go use the same example of like a man and female like loving relationship in a movie, in a video game. If it's just pushed too hard and it's just not needed, you know, it takes away from the gameplay. It's like sometimes they just throw it in there just to throw it in there. And I think that's what most people have issues in. Like, I don't care if someone's black, white, gay, deaf, whatever, bro. If it fits, it fits. If it's too forced and trying to like be a little bit too out there, that's the problem. And I'm not sure if you guys agree or disagree. It might be a hot take, let me know. But this is where sometimes people are stupid. Because Black Myth Wukong is based on the actual character like Sun Wukong, which is a proper like Chinese mythology. And you can't necessarily be inclusive in this story. Like, I'm not trying to be a hater at all. I'm cool with it, whatever. But the issue here is that it's a literal monkey. Like, it's a literal, like, mythological creature who already has lore. It's already been established. And you just can't go and change the entire premise of a game and story on this just off of the fact that you want it. To the point where we're even seeing people kind of making fun of this over here, and like it's been going all over the place. Some are a little bit more crazy, some are a bit less, but I've kind of been getting a good chuckle over here, where people are now making fun of it, saying that like, hey, we got to go give it like pink hair and make it a woman and give it like lipstick and all this, which it's just a I don't want to say historic, but like it's a mythical creature from actual lore that's been written for many years and has like religious undertones into it. I'm not saying like the game is religious at all, but there's like lore behind it. There's like a specific reason why. And like, if you guys don't know, it's like the trickster god, and they have a chance to go and like basically have superhuman strength, which is why you're playing the character. You can transform into different animals and objects based on the lore. And each one of these have like different transformative powers, and they can manipulate things like wind, water, and fire like the Avatar. So like, it's a character that's already established. in this like mythical world where you just cannot force things like diversity into this because it's just not a part of the story. And like I said, and this kind of goes back to the initial premise, if it flows, if it's normal, I don't care what, where, when, and why it's happening, as long as it would go and make sense. It's like trying to go and maybe have like guns in a random game from the 200s, like samurai game. It just is not accurate. Now, if the devs want to do it for their whatever reason, that's fine, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's, I think, the issue over here. Because people are kind of roasting on this person because it's just a dumb take. Like, it really just, no matter what you say and what you think, it's just dumb. It's trying to go force something for the fact that it doesn't need to be there at all. And like I said, I'm not one of those people that are hardcore sticklers who do not want it. Like, I don't mind, dude. I really do not mind, as long as it works. And that's always the issue. If it panders too hard and it kind of takes it away where you kind of lose the immersion of a game or story or movie, that's the issue. Like, that's like the end-all be-all issue. And though people might go and divert a little bit more into this or whatever it might be, that's not my place. I just think if the game is good, I'm going to play it. And I don't need to go and change the game like that for me to feel like the game is good. It's like playing like Elden Ring. Dude, you just make whatever monstrosity of a character you want. It doesn't really matter if you're a guy or girl because the story is the same either way. Like how you play is what really matters at the end of the game. And that really is how it feels. So people are going crazy on that one because people are like what's going on? And what's like kind of the bigger picture of this too is apparently Screen Rant. And this also might be a little bit decisive, so I'd like to hear your thoughts. Basically, dot points from its review because the game was lacking in inclusivity and diversity, which I just showed you guys. And the issue with that too is because it kind of sucks because it overall lowers the rating of the game too, because it's more of like a quote-unquote official reviewer. And they're saying a note has also been added to the review claiming that the studio behind the game has been accused of sexualized comments against women, misogyny, fatphobia, and also more. And like, once again, I don't mind if people have like their own morals and they kind of like if they don't want to support a game studio for doing certain things or outside perspectives, bro, that is your prerogative. I'm not going to judge it. But I do want to say if you try to go and judge a game based on what is in the game versus the game company, there is also a big difference. Now, some people may not want to support a certain thing if they have different morals and ethics than they believe in. That's also totally cool. I respect that. But when it comes to a game in particular, if you're focused purely on the game itself, that's where also the issues kind of lie, because the game itself, like diversity and inclusion for a actual video game, is not necessarily a representation of if the game is good or not. Now, once again, if you may do on the opposite, if it's too forced or whatever, that's okay. But it's one of those non-issues where not every game has to have that. That's totally fine. And once again, it would, in my opinion, would actually remove the joy from the game because it's taken away from historical importance of the game as a whole. And I think once again, people are kind of missing the mark. Now, a lot of people out there are kind of calling this out. They're agreeing with this take where it's like, bro, like if you're going too hardcore and you're trying to go and pander towards certain things, that's how you get a game that sucks. That's how you get a game that could be really bad. Same with movies, and I would stand by that. And I'm not saying that just because if someone's a gay woman, whatever. I would say the same thing for a man. If the man itself has a horribly written story, then I'm not going to be a fan of the story. If it's even a guy-girl relationship, but it's in the screen for 80% and it's an action movie, bro, it's just not the right time and not the right place. And that is, once again, should be the issue. There's a time and place. There's always a time and place, and this just isn't the time or the place. And they're trying to force an issue where there is not an issue, and that lowered the reviews, and that sucks. Because people are kind of even saying that Western game media is a cancer to the industry. They're saying that I used to feel sorry when people in media lost their jobs. I've now realized that it's not a bad thing. And I do kind of agree, because we touched on this video subject earlier on today, if you just want to check it out on the channel, saying that I can't wait for the influx of games from Asia because the West is culturally Now, I do want to go and say I'm not against the inclusion. I'm actually for it, as long as it flows well into games. But at the end of the day, a game like this, as I've said many times throughout this video, does not need inclusion. It's a random monkey, you're literally a monkey. That's bro, there's not much else you can really do with it based on old mythological lore. So there's already a pre-written established baseline of how the game is going to go. And once again, you look at the Halo TV show. Look at how they're hearing about Yakuza, where they want to go and try to make their own take on it. People don't really want the new take sometimes. They just want to have a chance to see their game they liked or enjoy a game that they experienced with a just normal vibe to it. And obviously a lot of people I think are kind of agreeing on this because they realize we just want to play fun games. That's it. At the end of the day, that's it. And I also welcome more games in Asia too, because if they're expanding out, we have billions of people, as I touched on my video earlier on today. Like, that's okay. Like, I just want to play more brand new, unique takes on games and try something new, and well, you should welcome that stuff with open arms. So give me your thoughts and comments. Hopefully I didn't go too much on a hot take on it, or if you guys agree or disagree, let me know. Subscribe if you guys want. We have the target links down below if you guys want to click on those and check out all the links. And of course, we have the other various things like Twitter and Twitch. Follow up down below. I appreciate y'all for watching.